In this episode of the Safe Money Retirement Show, we are going to discuss things that you can put in place right now and through the very first part of next year that will put you on the fast track to making sure your retirement is as safe, happy, and healthy as possible. Let's roll. This time of year, many people are starting to plan out what they need to do for the next year in many ways. I mean, people come up with New Year's resolutions, which unfortunately most of those fall apart because you've got to change your actions and make it consistent. It's all about consistency. And I want to talk about that consistency and what can we do in this coming year for you that's going to allow you to have the consistency that you need to make the changes that you need to make your retirement successful and happy and all the things that we hope for. First, if you don't already have a copy of my book, get a copy today. Get on our website, safemoneyretirement.com, or give us a call at 833-413-SAFE. Get your own copy. Let this be the year that you get your copy, start reading, make some changes, and make sure that you have things set the way that they need to be for you in 2025. Now, let's look at what we really need to look at. And again, that is a lot of people really want to plan at the beginning of the year. I hear this all the time from clients. Let's plan at the beginning of the year to make those changes. Let's do that in the first part of the year. Let's get together in January. Or a lot get together in December and have it start in January. What you need to do is you need to really put your mindset into the fact that making a change is great. And this isn't necessarily just about financial stuff. This is about anything in life. Making a change is great. But if you're not going to be consistent, if you're not going to, for example, let's just say the gym. A lot of people say, oh, it's the new year, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out and get strong and all that stuff. That's all great. That's a great idea. But if you go a few times and then stop, it's not going to happen. People say they want to lose weight in the new year. That's fantastic. It's going to make you healthy. But if you don't keep doing it, if you go down 10 pounds, then you start eating and gain back 20, not going to help much. So consistency is something that you really need to make sure you focus on. And especially at this time, I mean, we're just past the holidays. I hope it was fantastic. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and whatever holiday, if you don't celebrate Christmas, that you celebrate. Hope it was fantastic. Hope you had great family times. I know I did. It was amazing. But making sure that you're prepared for a few days from now when it is the new year. Making sure that you have a plan moving into the new year. What are you going to do in 2025 that is going to positively impact your retirement for the rest of your life? Let's sit down and let's come up with a plan. Let's figure out, what do you need to do? What are the steps that we need to take? In one of the webinars that I do, 7 Steps to Retirement Security, based on Tom Hegna's book, Don't Worry, Retire Happy, there's 7 steps. Step number 1, make a plan. That is by far the biggest step and by far exactly what you need to do. So we need to make a plan for this coming year. What is it that you're going to do? What is it that you want to do? Do you need to convert some of that money into a guaranteed income stream? Do you need it to start in 2025? Do you need it to start in 2030, 2035, 2040? Let's make a plan for that. Let's get that money protected. Let's get it so you don't ever have to worry about it. Let's get it into a plan that's got a guaranteed roll-up rate, and then that's going to pay you and maybe you and your spouse, if that's the case, a guaranteed income you can't outlive. Let's do that now. Let's get that taken care of so you know it's done. You don't have to think about it anymore. Or maybe you're just concerned about too many losses. Maybe you're concerned about a massive market event of some kind. Well, we can protect from that. Let's put you into a growth plan. Do you want it just to grow based on a guaranteed rate? Or do you want it to grow, you can have it in either a guaranteed rate or a market indexed rate. You can choose how you want it to grow. How do you want to do that? Let's get together and make a plan. I'm going to keep pounding on making a plan in this segment because that's what you need to do to make a difference for yourself in this coming year. we need to sit down and make a plan. You need to sit down with a certified financial fiduciary that has your best interest at heart, that is completely independent, that can show you everything available in your state and help you determine what's going to be the best action that you can take, what's going to be the best plan. Here's step 1, step 2, step 3. Let's determine that plan for you and let's put it into action now so you can be prepared and you can move into 2025 knowing that you're prepared no matter what happens. If you need income, if you need growth, if you need long-term care, if you need to make sure someone's going to be paid once you're gone, a life insurance type policy, there are a lot of different things that we can look at. But making the plan now while people are thinking about it, it's a brilliant time to do it because everyone's got that on their mind with their New Year's resolutions and, oh, this is going to be the year that I do such and such. This is going to be the year I start a business or I do this or I do that. Make this be the year that you plan your retirement smartly, wisely, safely. Make sure that you've got the income you need. Make sure you don't have to worry about all your growth being lost in a market event. Make sure you're covered in a long-term care event. Make sure those, once you leave the planet, are covered that you want to have covered and get a paycheck once you're gone. Whatever it is, let's make a plan. Let's make sure 2025 is the year that you made your plan, that you were able to take the weight off of your shoulders and know that you made a solid, rock solid plan that is as safe as anything possibly can be, that's going to cover whatever you need to cover. Now, how do we know how to do that plan? Well, you all have heard me say this before. We've got to sit down and do a fact finder. And in that fact finder, we're going to go deep into what you need your plan to be. Do you need it to be an income plan? Great, let's do that. Do you need it just to be a growth plan that you can withdraw from if you ever want to? Great, let's do that. Do you need to make sure long-term care is covered? Do you need to make sure, whatever it is, we need to sit down and make sure that your plan works specifically for you and is going to cover what you need covered. So that's what I wanted to mention is we need to make sure that your plan for this coming year is going to bring you long-term happiness in your retirement and is going to allow you to have a 2025 that allows you to have peace and happiness and joy. So having a lot of those risks in retirement put aside because you know you've got a plan is going to bring you joy, it's going to bring you happiness, it's going to bring you better health. And I wish you all of those things for this coming year. Happiness, joy, great health. Reach out to us and let's get you started.